So you want to dropship. That is fantastic and I support you wholeheartedly. But what makes a good dropshipping product? Here's the criteria you should look for during your hunt. A retail price of $10 to $150. The $10 to $150 range seems to be a sweet spot. Of course, this varies slightly depending on who you're asking, but here's what really matters with the price. You must be able to make a healthy margin on the products you sell. I recommend making at least 20 to 40%, but margins of 100% or more aren't unheard of, especially if you get in the right niche. The only time I would recommend going higher than $150 is if you're selling products with an MAP, or minimum advertised price, or an MRP, minimum retail price. Anyway, the next item in our criteria for a good product is small and lightweight. The smaller and lighter your product, the more easy and inexpensive it will be to ship. If you have a lot of low-cost items to ship, you have the potential to make higher margins. The next thing on our list of what makes a good dropshipping product is if it requires multiple components or accessories. Dropshipping stuff that requires the customer to buy additional accessories or components to means you get more sales, and that increases your average sale size. So like a fishing pole needs a tackle box and bait and string. You can see how this quickly adds up. You can also utilize the loss leader pricing tactic. This pricing tactic means that you find an item and sell it very low so that people will buy the accessories. How that works is you first find an item like a fishing pole that has a lot of accessories. Then you price that item very low, maybe even taking a loss on it, to get people to come to your store. And when they do that, they'll see the other accessories that you have that goes with that original product. Just be careful when you try this tactic as it can be risky. Another characteristic of a good item to dropship is something that's highly confusing or requires a complicated installation. The more confusing a product is, the more you can leverage guides and videos along with it. Similar to confusing products, products with a complicated installation can also be great as well. You can create and leverage step-by-step installation guides that you can include with the price to warrant a higher price. The next good trait of a good product to sell is if it's disposable or renewable. Obviously, this increases your chances of getting repeat customers, meaning that that customer gets the same product every month. Another good trait, low turnover. One of the most important things you can do for your business is investing in high-quality product photos and excellent item descriptions. Products with high turnover, which means that they get changed or discontinued a lot, aren't always a great choice because that adds to the headache of updating your website a whole lot. Now that we've talked about what makes a good product to dropship, let's talk about 3 mistakes you can avoid when choosing a product. Here are 3 common ones. Mistake number 1, thinking that brand name or designer products are a good choice. Most name brand goods actually make a small margin. Additionally, it can be hard to find dropshippers who actually want to sell brand name goods for this exact reason. Mistake number 2, thinking that knockoff products are a good way to make money. I probably don't have to tell you why this is a bad idea, but I've seen it before. Knockoff products can get you in some serious legal trouble. Just stay away from them. And mistake number 3, thinking that a product is profitable just because everyone else is selling it. Do you see all those people selling that product? They'll become your competition. And that competition is likely to push you out very quickly. All right, so moving on. Let's talk about researching your target market. Once you've chosen a few potential products, the next test in vetting them is doing some market research. A good thing to do is to measure demand of your product. There are a lot of ways to measure the demand of a product, but I'll go over 3 simple ways to help you get started. Google Keyword Planner. Go to the Google Keyword Planner and type in your product to see how often it's searched for on a monthly basis. The keyword tool will also show you how expensive it would be to purchase ads for that keyword, as well as how much advertising competition there is. Google Trends. Now head over to Google Trends to find out when people search for your product on Google. Knowing whether your product has peak search seasons can help you better understand if it'll be a great year-round product or if you'll struggle to make sales at a certain time of the year. Amazon competition. A third way to measure market demand is by searching your product on Amazon and eBay. Right there, you can see how many reviews and sales that your product is receiving by other sellers selling the same product. Let's start with the Amazon bestsellers list. This list won't tell you the exact number of sales a product receives, but it will give you a rough idea of how well it's doing, as well as how much competition you're up against. When you have an idea for a product, search it on this list. Anything ranked at under 10,000 and maybe even under 15,000 is going to be a very popular product. And here's a pro tip for you. You can also use this list to search for product ideas. Just dig deep into the categories and look for products with a low bestseller rank and low or bad reviews. Looking at things like that, you can get some ideas on what to sell and what to avoid. Now let's talk about eBay competition. There's an awesome eBay tool called Watch Count, which you can use to see the exact sales numbers. Just head over to the Watch Count page, type in the name of your product, and review the results. Gender. While it's not highly important, it's still good to choose a gender to who you're trying to sell to when you're picking a product to dropship. There are some known shopping differences between the genders, which you can see in this infographic. Age. Age is another important factor to consider. If you're targeting the younger crowd, 18 to 24, you may want to reconsider, as they spend the least out of any age group. Online anyways. Additionally, if your products are targeted to the older group, like 60 or older, you also might want to reconsider, as they're still kind of, cautious about buying online. Demographics. Demographics like income, job title, family size, and geographic location are good to know when determining how big your audience is. In fact, I would recommend making a buyer persona to know how big your audience is and who you're trying to sell to. Business and government agencies. If your product is targeted towards businesses, or better yet, government agencies, you may have hit a sweet spot. While businesses may be a little bit more price sensitive, they also care more about solving their problems, and they typically order in bulk. Government agencies, on the other hand, are much less price sensitive and order in bulk. It's typically not their money they're spending, so they care more about solving that problem, and don't care as much about avoiding premiums. Hobbyists. Hobbyists are an excellent niche to target to. Think about it. Hobbyists are hardcore. Hobbyists are known to spend money to get the right gear. If you niche target hobbyists, you're doing it right. People with a specific problem. One of the best ways to ensure a good dropshipping business is by targeting a problem that people have and solving it with your product. Take these waterproof notepads, for example. They allow you to take notes in the shower when people tend to have great ideas. Of course, finding a product like this to dropship won't be the easiest task in the world. You may have to work with suppliers to create something entirely new. Alright, so now you know what you're looking for. Now let's talk about how to find those products to dropship. Now here's a tip for you. For the most effective product research, make a spreadsheet and write down every product you find while searching around. The longer you can get this list, the better chances you'll find one that fits the bill. Don't start checking out each product in the list in detail until you find at least 10, maybe more. Anyway, here are some ways to find products. Google, all praise the Google. I'm just kidding. Google's autocomplete is a great way to find out what people are searching for. So if we type in jewelry, you can see some of the specifics that people search for when they're searching for jewelry. We can take it a step further and actually type in one of the suggestions. See, we're narrowing down our search to a specific niche. Now you see how the autocomplete feature can help you get specific about what to sell. We can also look at related searches. Google has a little list of related searches that are similar to the one you just searched. See, if I type in jewelry and I scroll down, here's what I get. Let's take a suggestion and continue on our search. We can drill down to get more and more specific. See, now we're starting to find some potential niches. You can use this process to find potential products to add to your running list for research at a later time. Google's Keyword Planner. You can also use Google's Keyword Planner for finding products as well as scoping out competition. While it isn't the best tool in the world for finding products, it's still worth mentioning. Google Trends. Google Trends will be the last Google tool I mention. We talked about how to use it to find out if a product is seasonal, but you can also see how the interest is going up and down over time, which can give or help you eliminate product ideas. Also, if you scroll down to the related queries box, at the bottom of the page, you'll notice some potential niche products. See how you can use this to find a niche? Pretty cool stuff. Consumer product review sites. While somewhat of a more advanced tactic, it's a good way to find unique products to dropship. Basically, they showcase a bunch of cool items for anyone to review. The more popular the product, the higher it ranks on the page. Here's a list of the top review sites. Uncrate, Outblush, Bless This Stuff, Cool Material, Gear Moose, Word, High Consumption, and Firebox. To really find a way to stick out, go to the Amazon sales page and check out the reviews. Here, you'll find the good things about it you should copy, and the negative things you should make better in your own product. Now, the easiest way to find products to dropship is using SaleHoo's Market Research Lab. Yeah, you can use Amazon's bestseller list or watch count for eBay or even Alibaba, but they take a lot of time and effort to go through individually. That's why SaleHoo created a tool called the Market Research Lab. This sweet little program pulls products from all the places I listed above and categorizes them based on price, successful sale rates, amount of competition, and category. So it takes all the work out of finding a product and doing competitive research. Definitely worth a look, right? If that's not enough for you, it also lists suppliers who sell the item and categorizes them based on whether they're a wholesaler, dropshipper, or manufacturer. And that wraps it up for this video. So now you should have a good understanding about how to find and vet a product to dropship. In the next section, we'll go over how to use your business's most important partner, your supplier. And hey, thanks so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it or if it was helpful, and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want to be notified of our uploads, you can click the little bell icon. See you guys in the next video.